All right, let's talk about something every independent agent feels, but nobody really talks about. That invisible, crushing weight of just communicating with clients. It's a special kind of exhaustion, and today we're going to break down exactly what it is and why it happens. So let me just ask you this, and be honest. Have you ever found yourself rewriting the same email like 4 different times? Just agonizing over whether it sounds too pushy or too casual or just weird? Yeah, we've all been there. It's one of the most maddening parts of the job.
But what if I told you that what you're doing in that moment isn't just writing an email? It's something way more complex. It's called cognitive labor. This isn't admin work, okay? This is the heavy mental lifting of managing a relationship, getting the tone just right, and calculating risk with every single word you choose. It's high-level strategy disguised as a simple task.
So let's really dive into that 4 rewrite email. What is it about this one little task that can completely drain your battery for the rest of the day? This is really the heart of it all. The actual challenge isn't the typing. It's the sheer psychological weight of crafting that message. I mean, think about it. You probably spend more raw mental energy on a single, tricky email than you do on an entire showing. That's kind of wild, right? And that brings us to the source of all this stress. It boils down to one simple, terrifying idea: the judgment risk. The reason we rewrite and second-guess ourselves into oblivion is because we know that with every single email, we're being evaluated. It's a performance. And you're basically walking this impossible tightrope every single time. Come off as too formal, you seem cold and distant. Too casual, now you're unprofessional. Follow up a little too eagerly, you look desperate. The stakes feel massive, and the worst part is there's no instruction manual. Okay, let's get into a classic scenario. We've all been here. You've got a great buyer, really qualified, but after a couple of showings, radio silence. It's been 9 days. You know you have to send that just checking in email, but you just stare at the screen, completely paralyzed. So you start typing, just checking in, and you immediately delete it. Ugh, too weak. So you try, wanted to follow up on our recent conversation. Nope, sounds like a robot. The frustration builds, you slam the laptop shut, and just like that, a warm lead starts to go cold. That feeling right there, that's the cost of cognitive labor. All right, on to another all-too-familiar moment. You showed a house on Saturday, it's Monday morning, and your phone buzzes. It's the seller. Any feedback? Now, you know the buyers were not into it. At all. But you can't just text back, they hated the kitchen. So what do? You delay. You stall while you try to spin straw into gold. But in that silence, your seller's anxiety grows, and their trust in you starts to crack. A simple communication delay just became a real relationship problem. And now for the final boss of difficult emails, the one we all dread. It's time to have the price reduction talk. You sit down, open a new draft, and take a deep breath. 45 minutes. That's not an exaggeration. 45 minutes to write 6 sentences. Your first draft sounds way too harsh, like you're blaming them. Your second draft is too soft and wishy-washy. The mental gymnastics required for this one email are just off the charts. Now, I know these scenarios feel incredibly personal. It feels like it's just you struggling with this, but it's not. This feeling of exhaustion is a real, measurable thing. The data actually proves it. So get this, professionals across the board spend over a quarter of their entire workday just managing email. Now let's narrow that down. The average agent sends around 23 of these high-stakes, mentally draining emails every single week. That adds up fast. But here's the hidden cost, the number that really blew my mind. After you get interrupted by just one email, it takes you an average of 23 minutes to fully refocus on what you were doing before. 23 minutes. Every single ping from your inbox costs you nearly half an hour of productive, deep work. And this is why every one of those interruptions feels so stressful. Because 2/3 of clients are forming their entire opinion of your professionalism based on your written communication. So yeah, every email you send has a 2 out of 3 chance of being judged. It's a lot of pressure. So what's the result of all this pressure, all this risk, all this time? It's that feeling you get when you stare at the blinking cursor on a white screen. It's not just an empty page anymore. It's a symbol of all that anxiety. The blank page becomes the enemy. But what if we could flip the script entirely? What if you didn't have to fight that battle?
What if you could defeat the blank page before you even started typing? Let's just compare the two ways of doing things. The old way, the one we all know, starts with that blank page. It's a recipe for high stress and anxiety. But there's a new way. It starts with a smart draft that already understands the context. The cognitive load is low, and instead of anxiety, you actually build confidence. The solution is simple in concept. Never start from zero again. It's all about using the details you already have, the property address, the client's name, what stage of the deal you're in, to create a powerful first draft for you. It gives you an incredible, intelligent head start. This all leads us to the real goal here. And I'll tell you right now, it's not just about writing emails a little bit faster. It's about something much, much bigger than that. The real prize isn't saving a few minutes here and there. The real win is getting back all of that mental energy that you pour into your inbox day after day. It's about finally getting rid of that constant, low-grade anxiety that comes from staring down the blank page. So I'll just leave you with this question. If you could have all that energy back, all the hours spent rewriting, all the mental space lost to second guessing, what would you do with it? What bigger goals could you tackle? How much could you really grow your business? Because at the end of the day, the blank page is the enemy. It's the enemy of your focus, your confidence, and your energy. CMAflow eliminates it. It's that simple. If you want to learn more, the link is right there in the description.